met you before?
I don't know. I'm busy. I meet a lot of people.
Well, thank you again for meeting me.
Never hurts to see what's out there, as our current cashier is totally incompetent.
Right. I'm sorry to hear that.
Are you? Because if she had half a brain and, was semi-capable, you wouldn't be here for an interview.
Well, at least it won't be a high bar if I get the gig. I was just kidding. Anyway, I'd love to tell you a bit about myself.
Well, if you feel you need to, I mean, it's making coffee and pastries. It's not rocket science. And I have your resume, and I can read.
Okay. I mean, I don't have to then.
Well, now don't get mopey on me. Go ahead. Just please make it quick.
Definitely. So I actually have a lot more additional experience that I didn't list on my resume.
Really? That's dumb.
Well, I was always taught to keep it to a page and, focus on the big picture stuff. So now that I have more time, I can actually go into more detail and give you more insight about my specific experience.
Okay, if you can just go with the Cliff Note version, though, that would be greatly appreciated. I have a very busy day.
Sure. I totally understand the value of keeping it short and sweet. So I have worked at a few different places now, and I've realized that my greatest passion is in the service industry. Like, making people happy. That's what does it for me. My old boss, Kim, actually gave me a lot of responsibility, but unfortunately, we had to close up shop due to lack of business.
Okay, well, so far you're not really inspiring a lot of confidence in me.
Well, it wasn't our fault. It was just a really tough time, and a lot of cafes closed down in that area.
And about that short and sweet part, you've just been rambling on about your poor old boss.
Sorry, I just wanted to be honest and upfront. And I also felt it was relevant.
Well, don't apologize. It makes you look weak.
Okay. Sure.
All right. So if you were to get this job, something you need to understand is that you'll be working under my daughter, Alice. What she says goes. Whatever she asks you to do, you do. Do you understand?
Yes, of course. It's really nice that you have a family business.
Yeah, it is. Someday this place could be hers.
That's so cool. I'd love to meet her sometime. Is she here today?
No. She makes her own schedule. She comes and goes. She's here some days. Works around her class schedule. She may pop in for free lunch sometimes, or maybe a latte. She's really a good egg. Given the right circumstances, you could learn a lot from her.
I'm sure. So, considering that this job was advertised as more full-time, does this mean that I'll be working alone most of the time?
Yeah, is that a problem?
Oh no, not at all. I'm more than capable of manning the ship solo.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good afternoon. Actually, the cafe's closing for the afternoon.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll have you know that I'm a senior manager here. And my dad owns this place, so I'd watch my steps if I were you.
Sure. You must be Alice. I've heard a lot about you. I'm Maya. Your father hired me earlier this week.
I think you might have said something about that. So what, are you like my assistant?
I'm not sure I would call it that. I'm a barista. At least that's what the job description said.
Whatever you want to call it. But you work for me. My dad told you that, right?
Sure.
Good. So can you do me a favor?
Sure, what do you need?
I have these forms I need to fill out. They're very long. Lots of boxes to check. Would you mind running through them for me?
Happy to help, but does this have anything to do with the cafe?
No. So what?
Well, I just don't feel too great about using my time on the clock to do your personal work for you.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. But you work under me. Like we said, so any directives I give you, you follow.
Right, but
nothing. You may think this has nothing to do with your job, but it helps me be more focused when I come in here.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
And one more thing, I have some readings I need to get done for my lit class. So if you could just read this one chapter and just like write down what it's about, you know. Nothing big, just a few quick chapter summaries.
No, I'm not doing your homework for you.
What, so are you telling me no?
What's going on here?
Tad, she is not doing what I say.
Is this true, Maya? Because when I hired you, I was very specific about the hierarchy of this position.
Yes, I know. But it was just what she was asking me to do. Like her schoolwork and personal applications. It had nothing to do with the cafe.
You see that this is exactly the attitude I've been dealing with.
Look, I told you specifically, if she asks, you do it. No exceptions. Now, when I asked you that, you said, you got it. But now you say, you don't?
You know what? No, I don't. At all. And I think I've had it with the way the both of you have been treating me. Like none of this is professional. And it's no wonder word of mouth of this place is so awful. It's almost always empty in here too.
What do you know about running a business?
I know that just because someone works under you doesn't make them beneath you.
What does that even mean?
Good luck finding a new barista.